Grenadier class. Now, if you've played the Long War, the Rocketeer class was, for me, a big headache because of the spread of the rocket. You no longer have that spread with this class, which is nice. Instead of being a rocket launcher, it's now a grenade launcher. It does not miss. I've had mixed experiences with this class, and again, it all depends on how you build it. This is not his weapon, but it's okay, I have another scope. Alright, so yeah. Okay, loadout. Again, with this class, I like going with the warsuit. Reason for that is then you can still get your 2 grenades. This is an explosive heavy class, and still get something like blaster launcher or shred storm cannon. So it's extra explosives. If you're not really big on them with high aim, because the only reason he has high aim, this is the lowest aim class in the game. That and probably Psyop. But because I gave him this plus 20 to aim, he has 95, which actually changes how I use him. And then changes build, mind you. So I would go with the warsuit for extra explosives. Basically, you don't have to shoot as often, you just blow stuff up. And I have not noticed a superior grenade launcher yet. This is where it's kind of stopped for me. The PCI, the sim, it all depends on how you play this class. Aim drastically changes how this class plays. Depending on how you play this class, this would give him 110 chance to hit. Huge change in game style. Now, another one that could be good is an auto loader, and if you plan on doing certain abilities more, auto loader and a magazine. So more mags, then you reload without ending your turn. Can be really handy. Or having a stock that would do guaranteed damage. That would also be good. I'm not sure if the repeaters work with skills. That I have not tested out yet. You go through soldier abilities. You basically get launch grenades. You throw grenades farther than everybody else. This is your main job. This is where I was kind of torn. On normal, blast padding would be better. There's not that many enemies, and destroying armor is not a big deal on normal. Playing Commander and higher, you'll notice a lot more enemies have armor, which is where Shredder comes in handy. I would highly recommend going Shredder, anything higher than normal. That extra armor may be nice in the beginning, may allow you to survive a lot better for that one hit, but Shredder will be more of an asset once you start encountering mechs and enemies that have 1 or 2 armor. Demolition. I've actually used this now. It is handy, but with the sheer amount of explosives you can load on these guys, it may only be useful early in the game. The only problem I have with suppression, which is your alternate here, is that I'm pretty sure once they move out of your suppressive fire and live, they don't have that minus 50% chance to aim anymore. On that, what I hate about it is that they always move out. Unless your aim is really high and you get to kill them outright, you're probably going to miss with this. And it doesn't have covering fire, which it should have. So this skill could be improved on, even though it's minus 50 chance to aim as opposed to I think 30 or 40 from before. I think the skill can be improved. At least make them so they don't move, or you have covering fire with it. There's nowhere here, unless you get lucky and get covering fire from somewhere else. This skill is meh. Demolition also goes off your aim. So if you have 95, that's 95% chance of you destroying that cover. You'd want to boost that to 100 and guarantee you destroying that cover. But that also means you still need a lot of ammo, because it uses 2 rounds, and so does suppression. So this class is heavy relying on ammo. No matter how you play it, really, if you're going to use any of these skills. But this is nice because you basically destroy cover like very effectively. So this is more or less if you're aggressive. This is if you're defensive, you don't want to get hit by that target. Insectopods would be a prime target, stuff like that. because anything else is gonna move out of cover and still hit you. Like those lancers, they're still probably gonna come and stab you. You know, you're suppressing fire them. Then you have heavy ordnance. This is almost a no-brainer. An extra grenade. Basically, an extra grenade in your grenade item use. That could be any grenade. Could be an extra EMP, flashbang, anything. And that's pretty huge, considering the amount of damage you can do with these grenades. Depends on your build. Hollow targeting would be nice, but if you don't have to hit the target either, it still works with suppression. But if you boost your aim, you won't be using suppression anyway. And then you won't be needing hollow targeting. Odds are you'll be just shooting stuff and killing it, because their gun is pretty powerful still. And there's other options. So I would go heavy ordnance all the way. That hollow targeting, with everybody else getting better and better aim, better gear and skills, you probably won't be needing it. That extra 15 aim for the rest of your squad. There's other ways to delay a turn if you miss, or sure, it is good for targets that are in the open, like a sectopod that don't need cover. They just have high defense naturally. But like I said, there's other ways to deal with those sectopods to still do damage to them, or at least delay their turn enough that you can kill it. If you failed because you didn't have hollow targeting, then something went massively wrong. Volatile mix, yes. This gives your grenade an extra 1 tile, which is pretty huge. Like 1 tile is good enough, and plus 2 damage bonus. That is nice. That's the difference between killing somebody and not killing somebody. Especially when you're hitting a group, then you're doing a group of 3 or 4, you're doing 6 to 8 more damage than before with that same grenade. And extra range, if you're using grenades that already have a huge range, like flashbangs, and it just further increases that range. It's nice. Chain shot. It's basically the same thing as rapid fire, but you have to hit the target in the first place, as opposed to just 2 shots. This is really good if you have high aim, because if I were to give him a scope, he would still get about 95% chance to hit something twice. That is pretty huge. I think it stops at 2 though. Yeah, it says right here if you augment with aim bonuses. So 2 shots is that's a lot of damage. You basically become a walking burst damage every 2 turns. 3 turns, 3 turn cooldown. You end up doing a lot of damage. Chain shot. So it depends on if you need more AoE or more single target. Sabo. So considering now you have 4 heavy weapons, because I have the war suit, I have an extra grenade with heavy ordnance, and you have that grenade slot. So I have 4 ordnance. I could use 2 per turn if I didn't move in the first turn. That is pretty impressive. You can wipe out an entire group by yourself with this class, if you remember that you have Sabo. Hail of bullets. This, if you don't have high aim, then go for that. Guaranteed hit. If you were going to rely on Hail of Bullets, I would recommend an instant kill mechanism, like the repeater on your gun. Saturation fire fires a cone, basically almost like Killzone, except instead of being Overwatch, you just do it right away. And it also hits their cover, which is pretty handy. It uses a lot of ammunition. I think it's 2 or 3 ammunition. Yeah, 3 ammo, 5 turn cooldown. Thing is, so this is like a Shredstorm cannon. This is like a Shredstorm cannon. Uses a lot of ammo, so you're relying on ammo, but it also relies on your aim to hit the stuff. So if you're not boosting aim, then try getting one of those stocks that give you guaranteed damage in case you miss. I think it would still work with this. So that's another part of your build if you're not planning on increasing the aim all that much. And then Rupture. Higher difficulty, I can't stress this enough. If you've boosted up his aim, Rupture will be huge on taking down sectopods, gatekeepers, Andromedas, which is where maybe hollow targeting could come in handy. But if you're already boosting the rest of your group's aim anyway, then I mean, plus 3 damage from all source. Plus 3 is huge. I mean, on large targets. This basically makes this your single target build The only things I would change would probably be saturation fire for rupture. Considering his aim, I might get rid of volatile mix for chain shot, because that is more damage. This is basically 3 per mission, and this would be however long the mission is. So probably 2, max 3 per mission anyway. Thank you all for watching. I hope this information is very useful. I know my guide kind of rambled on for a bit. I hope this gives you a good in-depth look at the classes and my opinion on them. The builds are very reliable, and it highly depends on how you play as a group and how you supplement them with gear, items, and your loadouts. It may take some grinding to get to this level, and have the classes how you want them. Definitely my base is not optimized. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know what you thought. Let me know what your build is. I'm still strong for the gunslinger, but I can see the appeal of the other builds once you build them properly. Have a great night, everyone.